We see many people trying to win as fast as possible, but we never stop to wonder, how fast can you lose? There's no better fit for this question than the Souls games. From Demon's Souls all the way to Elden Ring, the franchise has been notorious for its hard difficulty and, by result, lots of dying. So today, we will find out how fast can you die in every Souls game. Let's kick things off with the game that started everything, Demon's Souls. And let me tell you, it does not go how you would expect. You start in a tutorial area with some weak enemies and unfortunately no holes to fall into, so to die as fast as possible, we need to let one of the enemies kill us. We'll pick Royalty class because it has the lowest vitality stat of any other starting class. Less vitality means less HP means faster dying means very cool. So now that we have our character, we just gotta get out there and try to get stabbed to death as fast as possible. Or as I like to call it, the London speedrun. The first enemy we find doesn't really attack us, he's just chilling there. Even if you beat the shit out of him, he kinda doesn't care, he's just like happy to be there, I guess. Thankfully, the next enemies do attack us, so we just gotta stand there and let them... Yeah. At this point, I straight up just thought I had enabled a cheat on accident or something, but I shit you not, the enemies in the tutorial of Demon's Souls just cannot kill you. And I don't mean just the first section of the tutorial, by the way. Remember when you touch the Arkstone and you have those scary knights with the blue eyes? Yeah, those guys are also full of shit. Literally, none of these enemies can kill you. So this means that the fastest way to die in Demon's Souls is the intended way to get through the tutorial, which is going up to the boss at the end and dying to him. In other words, we're just doing a glorified speedrun of the tutorial. We avoid enemies so we don't get stuck in hit animation and get to the boss faster. We manage our stamina so it doesn't empty while running. We use the fog wall animation to take off our clothes so we take more damage. And pray that the boss actually uses his strongest attacks to kill us as fast as possible. In my best run, I actually got hit by the crossbow soldier on the way there, but it ended up being a good thing because it made the vanguard kill me in only one hit, as opposed to 2 or even 3 like it happens sometimes. In conclusion, the fastest way to die in Demon's Souls is around 1 minute and 30 seconds by beating the tutorial. Now moving on to the legendary Dark Souls, the first of his name. Here we start in the Undead Asylum, yet another tutorial area with no place you can fall off to, so we're gonna need to get murdered once again. For that, we'll pick the lowest level class with the least amount of vitality, which in this game is the Sorcerer class. The first enemies we encounter don't attack us, so we need to make our way to the first hostile enemy in the game that can actually kill us, which is none other than the boss of the area, the Asylum Demon. Are y'all noticing the pattern with these early Souls games? So just like in Demon's Souls, we just have to run up to the boss and hope that he kills us as fast as possible. Which can be a bit of a challenge because sometimes he just decides to not do shit for some reason. But regarding actual strategy during the fight, I found that baiting his long-range leap attack in the beginning is important because it's his most damaging move if hit by the right hitbox. But after that, if you're far away, he'll almost always cycle to a different long-range move, which is not as powerful, but thankfully has a relatively fast follow-up to it that makes up for the damage. So if you make a fast run to the boss and he kills you as fast as possible, you can die in Dark Souls 1 as early as 56 seconds. Next up is the infamous Dark Souls 2. In this one, we can even pick a class when we start the game, but it actually doesn't matter because for the first time, we finally have some holes that we can fall into, dude. Finally! Immediately after starting, any overly curious player can just turn back and go on an adventure to the depths of the starting area for an easy death. However, since this is a speedrun, we obviously have to overcomplicate things to make them faster. See this little skid animation the character does while running backwards? That takes a whopping 16 frames until you can start running. It's unacceptable. So alternatively, you can just run to the right and jump off a ledge that's equally as close while avoiding the skidding animation. In this attempt, I was sloppy with the camera and the final roll, and I still had an 8 millisecond difference from the straight back run. So if done by someone who doesn't suck at the game, this is probably the fastest way to die in Dark Souls 2. Chronologically, the next game in the franchise is Bloodborne, which I can't test out because I don't have a PlayStation 4. Hey, listen. Let's think about this. First, look at these numbers. Maybe if everyone who's watching this video and enjoying it subscribed right now, it would help the channel grow. And these videos could eventually double as a revenue stream, and I could save up and get a PlayStation 4 so I could finally play Bloodborne. Or, if you like watching streams, you could also follow me on Twitch and catch me live there. No? Oh, come on, dude. For Dark Souls 3, instead of a boss or a hole, we're gonna rely on a new friend just around the corner. Let's call him Killian. He will be our next best friend. We could also get the help of his neighbor Michael, but it takes too long just to get to him, and they seem to have some sexual tension going on sometimes, which kinda slows down the whole process. So, first of all, we're gonna once again have to go through the squishiest class for this experiment. At a first glance, it seems like Deprived is the easy choice, as it starts at level 1 and only has 10 in every stat. However, the Sorcerer class, although starting 5 levels higher than Deprived, not only has 1 less point in Vigor, but also 3 less points in Strength and Vitality, which influence physical defenses in the S3, making this the optimal build for dying fast. Now, returning to Killian, he's a special guy. Sometimes he will miss his attacks, sometimes he will take too long to continue attacking, and sometimes he will not attack at all. But just like in every friendship, it has to go both ways, so we need to help him as well. We'll try to walk into every single one of his attacks so it doesn't miss, and every time he finishes an attack, we will hit him to cancel his ending lag and prompt him to retaliate. Now there is some luck involved in this part, because we need him to use the flurry attack so he can kill us faster, but as far as I know, there's no consistent way to trigger this attack, so once again, we just have to pray. With a lot of effort and the power of friendship, our best friend Killian can kill us in Dark Souls 3 in a lightning fast time of only 11 seconds. Now, to close it all off, we have none other than the GOAT, Elden Ring. Whoever remembers Elden Ring's start knows it's got a nice tempting hole just waiting for us right at the beginning, for the right price of only running forward and opening a door. Well, yeah, after that first. So, jump over to not get stuck on the chairs, roll to cancel the item pickup animation, and open the door very slowly. And after that, just jump over to cut a corner to your death. And that's it. 15 seconds. Pure, simple, beautiful. And so, our study is concluded. Be it 8 seconds or more than 1 minute, this was how fast you could die in every Souls game.